90% of creators are still editing video the hard way, cutting clips manually, hunting for stock footage, recording voiceovers take after take, while a small group of people figured out that AI can now do most of that work in minutes. And I don't mean kind of sort of almost do it. I mean generate a full talking head video from a text prompt, clone your voice so you never have to re-record, and produce broadcast quality B-roll that didn't exist before you typed the words. The gap between those two groups is widening every single week. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to know exactly which AI tools are actually worth your time for video creation, how to build a simple production pipeline that cuts your editing time by roughly 80%, and what most tutorials completely ignore about using these tools together as a system rather than one-off tricks. And right at the end, I'll reveal one workflow hack combining two tools most people think are unrelated that's been quietly saving professional creators hours every single week. Stick around for that one. Let's get into it. Start with the most jaw-dropping category first, text-to-video generation. You type a description, a sentence, a paragraph, a script, and the AI produces moving footage. This was science fiction 18 months ago. It's a Tuesday afternoon now. The tool leading the pack right now is Runway ML's Gen 3 Alpha. You type something like a drone shot over a foggy mountain range at golden hour, and within about 90 seconds you have a 5 to 10 second clip that looks like it came from a Netflix documentary. The motion is smooth, the lighting is coherent, and it costs around 5 cents per second of generated video on their standard plan. For longer form generation, Sora from OpenAI is in limited access but already producing 60-second clips with consistent characters across scenes, which was the technical wall that stopped earlier models cold. When a character walks through a door in frame 1, they look the same when they come out the other side. That sounds obvious. Until recently, no model could do it reliably. But here's the thing about text-to-video right now, and this is important: it's incredible for B-roll. For atmosphere. For visual texture. It is not yet reliable enough to carry your entire narrative if your video depends on specific people doing specific things in specific locations. Use it to fill the gaps, not to replace everything. And here's where it gets interesting, because the bigger unlock isn't generation. It's what you do after you generate. Manual video editing is a time tax. You know this. You've sat there scrubbing through a 40-minute raw recording to find one 30-second moment that's actually usable. Descript eliminates that process almost entirely. Here's how it works. You upload your raw footage. Descript transcribes it accurately, in about the same time it would take you to make a coffee. Then you edit the video by editing the text transcript. Delete a sentence in the transcript, that chunk of video disappears. It's the most intuitive thing that's happened to video editing in a decade. But the feature that makes creators obsessive about it is Overdub, Descript's voice cloning tool. You train it on your voice with about 10 minutes of audio samples. After that, if you flub a word in your recording, you don't re-record. You just type the correction. The AI speaks it in your voice. The edit is invisible. This matters enormously for busy people. I've seen creators cut their post-production time from 6 hours per video down to under 90 minutes using Descript alone. That's not a marketing claim, that's a workflow shift. Quick note: if you're finding this useful, subscribing literally takes 2 seconds and it genuinely helps me keep making these deep dive breakdowns every week. Hit the button, you won't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the tools. Did you know that the average YouTube video takes between 8 and 15 hours to produce from raw footage to published? 8 to 15 hours. For a 10-minute video. That's why most people quit. The tools in this next section attack that number directly. Not everyone wants to be on camera. Not everyone has a studio setup. Not everyone speaks the language of their target audience. HeyGen solves all three problems simultaneously. HeyGen lets you create a photorealistic AI avatar, either a stock avatar from their library or a digital clone of yourself built from a 5-minute video sample, and then have it present any script you write. The lip sync is tight. The gestures are natural. Major companies like Shopify and Canva have used it for internal communications and explainer content. The translation feature is the underrated killer application here. You write your script in English. HeyGen translates it into Spanish, Portuguese, Hindi, German, currently over 40 languages, and your avatar presents it in that language, in your voice, with natural lip movements for that language's phonetics. One video, 40 markets. That used to require a localization budget in the tens of thousands of dollars. For voiceover work without the avatar, 11 Labs is the tool you need. The voice quality is genuinely indistinguishable from human in most use cases. You can clone your own voice, choose from hundreds of pre-built voices, and control pacing, emotion, and emphasis through simple text markers. Their projects feature lets you paste an entire script and it handles chapter breaks, narration flow, and audio export automatically. The combination of HeyGen for visual presence and 11 Labs for voiceover quality gives independent creators a production capability that would have required a full agency team 3 years ago. But here's where it gets really interesting, because there's still one piece of the pipeline most people are assembling badly. The bottleneck in most video pipelines isn't the editing. It's the blank page. Staring at a script document, not knowing how to start, how to structure the middle, how to end in a way that doesn't feel flat. Claude, from Anthropic, has become the scripting tool of choice for a growing number of serious video creators, specifically because it maintains context across long documents without losing the thread. You can feed it your outline, your talking points, your target audience, your desired tone, and it will produce a first draft that you actually want to edit rather than rewrite from scratch. ChatGPT with the GPT-4o model is equally capable here, and the choice between them largely comes down to preference. What matters is your prompt quality. Vague input produces vague output. If you tell it write me a script about AI, you'll get something generic. If you say write a 1,500-word YouTube script for busy professionals about AI video tools, opening with a shocking statistic, structured into 4 sections, ending with a specific workflow recommendation, now you're getting something you can actually use. The other tool worth knowing in this category is Opus Clip. You paste in a long-form video, a podcast, a webinar, a full YouTube video, and it automatically identifies the most engaging moments, cuts them into short-form clips optimized for TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts, and adds captions. It scores each clip by predicted engagement. It's not perfect, but it turns one long video into 8 to 12 pieces of short content in about 15 minutes. Most people treat these tools like a menu, they pick one, use it in isolation, and wonder why it doesn't feel transformational. The creators getting the biggest leverage are treating them like a pipeline. Here's the reveal I promised you at the start. Here's the workflow that the top independent creators are quietly running. Step 1. Use Claude or ChatGPT to generate a fully structured script. Step 2. Feed that script into 11 Labs to produce a clean voiceover audio file. Step 3. Run that same script through HeyGen to create your avatar video if you don't want to be on camera, or record yourself using the script as a teleprompter. Step 4. Use Runway Gen 3 to generate custom B-roll from your script's key phrases, just highlight every descriptive sentence, turn it into a prompt, generate the footage. Step 5. Bring everything into Descript, sync the voiceover, drop in your B-roll clips, clean the pacing using the transcript editor, export. Start to finished video, under 3 hours. For content that would previously take 2 full days. That's the system. That's what the tutorials about individual tools never show you, because the individual tool isn't the insight. The connected pipeline is. The total cost to run this pipeline for one video sits somewhere between $5 and $15 depending on video length and the platforms you're subscribed to. Compare that to $10,000 for a professional production team. Or even $200 for a freelance editor. The math is not subtle. Here's what you can do today, not someday, today. 1. Sign up for Descript's free tier and upload your next raw recording. Edit it by editing the text. Feel the difference immediately. 2. Create a free account on 11 Labs and generate a 60-second voiceover from something you've already written. 3. Go to Runway ML and generate 3 B-roll clips using descriptive phrases from your last script or article. 4. Write your next video script using ChatGPT or Claude with a specific, detailed prompt that includes your audience, structure, and tone. 5. Once you have one video produced using this pipeline, time yourself. Compare it to your previous process. That number will tell you everything. If this video saved you time or gave you something concrete to act on, subscribing genuinely helps. I put out a new deep dive every week, and the next video is on AI tools for content repurposing, taking one piece of content and multiplying it across every platform automatically. That one's coming next week, and it connects directly to everything we covered here. One question for you in the comments: which part of your current video production workflow is eating the most time? Is it scripting, editing, finding B-roll, or something else entirely? Tell me below. It actually shapes what I cover next.